How you guys doing? My name is Jay Amaya. We'll be doing a presentation on plastic water bottle waste and recycling. How are plastic water bottles affecting our planet? Basically, what they're doing is they are polluting our beaches, our rivers, our oceans, our lakes. I mean, as you guys can see, this is basically all plastic bottles, trash, and you see those boats, people on the boats. I mean, this is very, very, very sad. What is plastic? Plastic's made from polyethylene and terephthalate. It's very lightweight and shatter resistant, widely used for everything from water and fruit juice to soft drinks and even beer. It's subject to FDA review and regulations. Water bottle means garbage. 1.5 million tons of plastic waste per year. Over 80% of plastic bottles are simply thrown away. Plastic trash now spins endlessly in the world's major oceans. In the US, landfills include 80% of all the solid waste. Very slow decay rate, the vast majority of all plastics ever produced still exists somewhere. Plastic made back in the 1950s when plastic was barely just coming out and discovered, still out today. I mean, it takes about probably hundreds and hundreds of years to plastic to actually disappear into the earth. And it's just horrible what's happening to the earth. This year, more than 25 billion single-use plastic water bottles will be sold in the United States alone, and more than 80% of those will end up being disposed rather than just recycled. Most people drink water bottles, they throw them away, they don't think about the consequences. I mean, especially if you guys have children. I mean, think of the world. What's going to happen if we keep disposing of all this waste? Just to give you a statistic, over 1.5 million barrels of oil were used to make the plastic bottles consumed in the US last year. And that doesn't include the oil used to transport them. To put that into perspective, that's enough petroleum to power 100,000 automobiles for a year. That's practically, I mean, Yuma has, what, 95,000 people? And let's say we have about 80,000 vehicles. I mean, whatever it takes to produce 25, all those plastic bottles, it can basically, you can drive your vehicle for a whole year. And the whole population of Yuma can drive their vehicles for a whole year. In 2003, Americans spent more than $7 billion on bottled waters at an average cost of more than $1 a bottle. Bottled water is not as safe or tastes better than drinking water. Studies have shown that some drinking water comes from tap sources. I was reading some statistics and some studies, and some of the drinking water in some places that some companies use basically tap water, and they just put it in plastic bottles and they sell it. I didn't get any of the names of those companies, but they're out there. So it's not any better, it's not any worse. In fact, you need water, regular tap water, because it has fluoride, which helps your teeth. My sister-in-law, she gives tap water to my nieces because of all the some of the chemicals, not chemicals, but nutrients, or I don't know what to call it, but that they need in order to grow up. And people don't know that. I mean, not too many people know that. What can we do in order to stop this craziness, this nonsense in reference to plastic bottles? You can start slow, take baby steps, because you're not going to go ahead and start recycling right away. Most people can't do that. Instead of using water bottles, you can buy those plastic containers. They sell them everywhere, or any kind of container. You can use a water bottle over and over as long as you wash it and clean it, because if you don't, a lot of germs. And you can refill those over and over. You can put filters on your tap. Have you guys heard of Brita? That's kind of like a filter you can use and they're just the same, and they're not that expensive. And you can save a lot of money instead of buying water bottles. The city of Yuma does not have good recycling programs, but there are other options. City of Yuma doesn't really have like a recycling bin, or they do have an area where you can dispose of newspapers, chemicals, or drugs and stuff like that, but there's no plastic or any other hazardous materials you can toss away out there. And they're over on kind of like on 14th Street and 2nd Avenue. Basically, we got to save our planet. Number of beverage cans and bottles that have been in landfills, littered, and incinerated in the U.S. so far this year. This is basically the recycling centers that you can go ahead and go here in Yuma. If you look at the site, this is happening right now. It's over 119 billion as of now. This is how we are throwing plastic, not only plastic bottles, but cans, any kind of container that's being tossed just in the U.S. We're at 119 million just for 2011. That's a lot of freaking trash, people. I mean, if you really think about it. And probably one of you threw a plastic bottle or a can out in the trash today, and that's part of that number that's happening. And it's scary, and if we keep this up, we're just going to go to a place where we're not going to be able to repair our planet anymore. This is my presentation. You guys have any questions? Appreciate it. Thank you.